Welcome to our demo SCIO EDUCTOR Quantum Biofeedback and Bioresonance Technologies. Today we will see how we measure the electric body and how we establish priorities when we are working with the SCIO EDUCTOR. So my name is Jacqueline Jacques. I guess you know me at this point. We will not go into this detail. And the objective of this presentation. So this video is part of a series of videos to present the main characteristic and functionalities of the EDUCTOR, the most efficient quantum technologies on the market. So this video will present how we measure the electric body of the client and the priority, how we set the priorities. So I'm going right into our screen, and then I have redone a test with a real client. I had the authorization, so the test is complete. So what we do, so I will just show you a few indication of how we work with the EDUCTOR and the SCIO. So first, what is important is that the device has tested the reactivity of the client to different electronic and frequential signature. And what is happening is that all this red band that you see on the left shows, what the client is reacting to. Means the client want those products, want those frequencies. Violet, it want them, but a little bit less. The yellow, the client want them, but a little bit less. And then the the blue is the standard regular. So the question would be to ask ourselves, why is it that the client need that? So the fact that there are many reactivity is very good. It means that the client is reactive, is telling me or telling to the practitioners is giving a lot of information. So what we could do, we could have a look at all of this. We don't have time when we are with the client. So what is happening is that we have some subcategory here, and I could come and see. I could look at the emotion disease, I could look at some emotion, the enzyme, the hormone, whatever the bacteria, backflowers, anything. So this is a way of working. And then we learn how to do with this and how to, which subcategories are interesting for us, depending on the need of the client. We have also what we call here a Nelson report. Here the device will tell us exactly what is the need for the client here. So I'm interested in here. So if you want to have a look for this person who is a real client, we can see that the main concern would be the adrenal, the brain, the thyroid, the hypothalamus, and then there will be the blockage in the heart, the small intestine, the stress, the environment toxin, and then we can look at the constitution for those who are homeopath, the metabolic organ is the heart for that person, etc., etc. Like here we could look at some nutritional dysfunction for the pituitary, vitamin E, and things like that. So there are a lot of information here that we can gather. Also from here, what we can gather is, first we can see what kind of frequency the client want. So what we need here, we can see that there are 6 areas of our life that can be impacted or improve or enhance with our device, with the frequencies. So what we will look at the one that is the highest, which is here mental. So here we could decide or understand that the client will need some frequencies to help his mental, his brain. So we have also another screen that will show to us some of the measure of the electric body. So what we have is, we have this first line, we want all those numbers between 80 and 100 here. So here is the voltage mean that what is, it will give some indication about the strength of the will of the person, the strength of the adrenal, the power, the will of power, the power of the will, okay, and the adrenals, and eventually we can think about all the endocrine system. The A will represent the brain, and it will represent the brain, the serotonin, the neurotransmitter. So I need to tell here, like for the voltage here, there is a way for interpretation, but just for the sake of this case, we want to tell that we want between 80 and 100. So we see here 94, but what we can see is that the person is stressed. We know that the person is stressed, because I know him, but also this number shows me that there is excess nervous energy. So what it means here is that there is probably inflammation in the adrenals, okay? And then here is the brain, the serotonin, the neurotransmitter, 80, that would be okay. Resistance here is the flow of the energy in the body. So here we could see that there is some toxicity. H is hydration or oxygenation. So there is a full of information here also, the cellular vitality. 8, here we have 8 out of 10. This is just wonderful. This is mainly I would say, an indication of the way the mitochondria is working, the production of energy. So this is really good. Phase angle is the capacity of the cells to replicate, to regenerate. So this is very good. The ideal is 8. Here we have 8. Here is some indication about the immune system. So we want this number less than 19. So this would be good for that case. And here is the reactants, which indicate the capacity of the organ to work together. So the normal is 700. We have 780. This is good. So those are good, very good indication. This one indicates nervous energy. We want between 10,000 and 15,000. And here we have seen some toxicity, probably. And here's some indication about the pH of the person, some electric measure that will then give some indication about the pH. So this is not the pH, but this indication. So we can see right away from this screen, where we could focus our priorities. So we have seen the Nelson report. There is some other place where we could have a look, and this is in the risk profile. Here we have more than, not more, we have 40 risk, and all those where there is a red indication means that this is significant for the client. So I can just put all the red together. And what I have here the a graphic that will show to me what are the risks more important for today. Like what we are considering is mainly all the peak, and mainly what is above 100. So we would be concerned about, here inflammation, lymphatic, something in some risk, inherited, bone, respiratory. And also we are concerned by the peak below, So we would have hypoadrenia, fungus, cognition, the brain. And then we have here some therapies, but we will not be involved with the therapies today. But then it shows us some indication very, very nicely. And we have some other place, but this is a basic, that is there that could help us to have an indication. And also here we can look at the Cellier bar, that we all know that Cellier is the one who work on stress. And what we would like is that this marker be at the alarm phase, and it is at the close to exhaustion. So we know right away that the person is stressed. And then we can work on some other priorities, but this is just some indication of how we would work with our client. And this is right away, we have all the information on the screen, whatever the screen, we just need to look. And here we have some indication also that the person needs to develop some mental healing skills. We have some other screen that is related to the need of the client, but just for the sake of this demo, we will just not go further. We have enough of information. And then I hope you have enjoyed or you have learned from this short video. These are my details. You're welcome to call me, contact me, and if you're interested in a demo via internet, I will be more than happy to give to you this demo. Thank you very much.